Today I'm going to turn this old chicken coop into a pig pen. When we bought our house in the fall of 22, this old barn was here. It's in pretty bad shape. The roof on the left side is fallen in, and it's pretty much useless over there. It's a little scary to even be in. The right side is still decent, hasn't fallen in yet, so that's a win. But it looks like it was set up to be like a chicken coop. But there's like these cattle panels outside of the chicken wire. So I'm going to use it to put pigs in, and I'm going to put an electric fence in there, and I'm just going to use it to train them to the electric fence before we put them in the woods. But first I got to get these engineered trusses out of here so you can see what it looks like inside here now. It's real dark, but there's a chicken net ceiling, and these trusses are in good shape. I hate to put them out where they'll just get ruined or something, so I'll probably need to find a way to put them on tarps. The bedding in here is like wood chips, and it's deep, maybe about a foot deep. I think that's gonna be really good. But it seems very secure for animals. All right, I still need to cut the hole in the top of this feeder. So I'm just gonna take my Sawzall and cut on this line here. And then I have this, it's like a bucket that a tree was planted in. And it'll fit over this. And that way it'll keep the rain out. All right, here's what it looks like now that I've cut the hole in the top. And that'll be full of feed. I still haven't put a bottom in here. I'm going to try to do without it, just so I don't waste any more of my precious plywood on this. But if I have to, it's no big deal. I'm gonna put this bulk waterer and the bulk feeder over there in the pig pen. The only thing left on this is to set up this automatic float or float valve. It's gonna go inside the barrel, and then this is the lid. And then I have this 3/4 inch threaded by water hose adapter. That's a 1 inch, and that's 3/4. So I just need to get a couple more fittings, and I'll be able to hook a water hose up to this, and it'll be done. I'm gonna put this bulk feeder and the bulk waterer in there. Pretty soon we're gonna go get some piglets, and we're gonna put them in here for a short period of time just to train them to an electric fence, and then we're gonna try to get them out in the woods as quick as we can. Well, you can kind of see what we have here. It's a little tight, but these feeders are meant for full-size pig, not piglets. But I do think they're not gonna have a problem getting to the feed. The water, I might have to build them like a little platform to stand up on. And I'll probably do something to keep them out of it too. Right now it's literally just a cut, and the barrel did that to itself, which I think is perfect for a full-size pig, but I'll have to keep the little one safe. You can see there's like an old nesting box in here. I may try to get it out. Couple of nails I need to get out of the wood over here in this. It used to be a ramp into the nesting box. Now these trusses are stacked on it. But you can see the bedding in here is old wood chips. I mean, it's very, very deep, woody material. Just couldn't ask for anything better. It's a little short in here. I'm having to squat down on this end. But you can see piglets will have plenty of room in here for their little short stay. Hey guys, today I'm going to be working on this Deer crane behind me. This was here when we bought the house. It's not really where we would have put it if we had a choice, but it's here. Here's an up close view of the crane. You can tell the winch was like welded on here really, really badly, but it looks like it'll hold. I guess I've seen uglier welds than that. Um, Up here, there's like a pulley that's definitely not meant to hold any weight. And then on this end, you can tell what the crane is made out of. It's like some heavy duty pipe. You can see the coating like on the wire. It looks like it's about a 3/16 wire rope, but the coating on it, there you go. The coating is like dry rotted, which I think is fine. I think, it probably keeps it from getting too rusty, or maybe you catching burrs on your hands, but I'm not really planning on running this wire through my hands too much. It's a little loud, but it's pretty smooth. I'll get all that straightened up here in a minute. Now that the winch is done and I've used it and quartered out a deer, I need to go debone one and start processing it and putting it up in the freezer and getting it ready to make food with. Well, you can see here I'm just pre-sealing the ends of a bunch of bags. That way when I'm making the hamburger meat, I can quickly toss it in there with one dirty hand and keep the other hand clean, and then vacuum seal it and throw it in the freezer. We like to just make burgers with most of our meat, so I'm adding some jalapenos and cheddar to most of it. And then some of it we'll just do regular hamburger meat with for making chili or hamburger helper or something like that, where you just need just a pound of plain meat. I quartered out or I deboned this rear hind. It made about 8 pounds of meat, and I like to go for about a 12% fat ratio. So I ended up adding like 1 pound of beef tallow. We ground that up with a coarse setting, ran it back through on the fine setting, and then mixed in all of the added cheese and jalapenos. I'm not showing the whole process here. I froze some backstrap and tenderloins and a front roast just by itself. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, I'm out here in Mallory Shed. In one of our earlier videos, you can see where I ran power out here for this exact reason. We've got a little bit of stuff frozen already, including a emergency lasagna. But this is all of the deer meat. The right is all the jalapeno cheddar hamburger. The back is just regular hamburger there. And then I got the little tenderloins, some back straps, a roast by itself. In the house, I've got a back strap that's stuffed and ready to pop in the oven. And my brother and I made like 6 pounds of summer sauces that's not in here either. Now that the pig pen is done and the deer is processed, we've got a little work to catch up on in the garden. The radishes are pretty much out of hand, and the turnips and the collard greens are ready to pick. Here I'm pulling up some of the collard greens that we already picked from, just to make room for some beets that I'm going to plant. are all full of seeds. I'm gonna take them to the chickens, but they're gonna be eating okra seeds. You could keep these.
So 2 of these bags are collard greens and 1 is turnip greens.
Now that fall is here and Halloween is over, we're getting rid of all of our pumpkins. I've been throwing them against the stumps, so there's pumpkin shrapnel everywhere in here. But I throw them at the stump, that way the chickens can get to the seeds and the meat. If not, they'd probably just sit in here until they rot, which I guess that'd be okay. They'd probably eat whatever bugs would come in here. But they seem pretty happy right now. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe and click on that little bell just so you get a notification every time we post a new one.